Hello, my name is Adolfo and this is Life of Adolfo. Today I want to talk about how I became a passport bro. Now, the definition of passport bro depends who you ask. It could be someone dating, going to other countries and dating, or someone with a long-term relationship. As for me, I've been traveling for 19 months. I've been to Thailand, Colombia, Mexico. I am in Bali right now. This is where I'm at right now. Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, to name a few. So it was bound to happen for me to meet somebody. I've been to some places that are called hotbeds for passport bros, like in Thailand and in Colombia. But today I'm gonna give you the version of me being a passport bro or becoming one in the Philippines. Now, how did it happen, or how did everything happen in the Philippines? I'm gonna give you the story right now. So I was trying to travel around the world, like I mentioned, I was in Southeast Asia and I was just hitting almost all the countries that I kind of wanted to visit, then head out to India. That was my goal. Jordan, so on, Europe, and then eventually go back to the US to complete my travel around the world. Now, when I was in the Philippines, and this is how it all started, or the signs that I should have figured out. So I arrived in a place called Cebu. It's an island in the Philippines. And I wanted to go see the whale sharks. I was in a place called IT Park. There's like, it's a nice park, a lot of restaurants and so on. I talked to a taxi cab, how much would it cost to take me to Oslo, back and forth, and so on. We agreed on the price, and he was going to take me the following day. Now, I'm not familiar with the prices or how much the locals pay and everything, that I got a taxi cab. Following day, he picked me up early because we were trying to be early for the queue, because there's a queue for the whale sharks. And we're driving. He's driving, I'm the passenger. My goal was to go to sleep. When he's driving, he told me, "Are you here with your girlfriend, or do you have a girlfriend?" It was not clicking on me what he meant with that, or what he was trying to say. Of course, I know what he's kind of saying, but I did not know that foreigners come for that specific, one of these specific reasons is for that. He was the second person that told me that. A moto taxi also told me that. He's still driving. I'm trying to go to sleep. And then he said, "My cousin is married to an Afam. An Afam is a foreigner." Once again, it didn't click. Nothing was registering and everything. It was just a conversation. And then he said, that's her first boyfriend. Once again, not clicking or nothing. We arrived to Oslo. I went over there. He told me I had to wear some spare shorts because the cab, he don't want to get wet and everything. So I had to go buy me some shorts. I went to go look at the video, and I went down on the queue. And on the boat, there has to be, I think, 7 or 14 people. So there was some couples, and there was this other couple. We're having a conversation and everything. My mind is not thinking of other things. It's just a couple. Later on, when I thought about it, it's an Afam couple. He was like in his 70s, and she was like around her 25, 30 years. We'll say 30. So it was age gap in a foreigner couple. It wasn't clicking at that time. We got on the cab. We went back. And he showed me the picture of his cousin, because he started talking about it again, because he said that they're working on some papers so he could go work on whatever country he's in. I think it was one part in Europe. And when I saw the photo, it clicked a little bit. She's younger, he's older. But it also clicked when he repeated again that was his first boyfriend. What he was trying to say is that's the first man she ever encountered, basically. But at all these times, it wasn't clicking on me. We got back and so on. I saw Cebu. Once again, I go to restaurants and everything. Nothing is clicking on me about the foreigner and the Filipinas and everything. I decided to go to El Nido. It's a different island. I had to go to catch a plane, go to Puerto Princesa. And I catch a plane, I go to Puerto Princesa. It's like a 4 to 5 hour drive in a van to El Nido. I get in the van and I go to El Nido. At that point, it started clicking because I kept on seeing foreigners with young Filipinas or foreigners with Filipinas. We'll say the age gap was between 8 to probably even 25 years old or 30. And I kept on seeing it and seeing it and seeing it. I was supposed to go to Coron. I had my ticket, but there was a typhoon. So I went back and I got my money back for the ferry to go to Cologne. I was there and the lady said, well, I'm going to go get the money. I guess she had to go for the ticket and so on. So she went and she left me with, I think, her brother-in-law, or whatever the case. And outside the window, there was this couple. A foreigner, we'll say 25 years, and 25-year age gap. He looked old. And I talked to him. I said, hey, what's going on with these foreigners, old and young? And he said, oh, that's common here in the Philippines. And he was all happy talking to me about that. And he's telling me that's common over here, but for us Filipinos, we're already old. He was like in his 30s. He told me 30-something. And we started talking and everything. He said, and he started talking about he couldn't have a kid. He knows he's the one that couldn't have a kid. I know this is not a little bit related, but it is related because it's about me. And he said, I can't have a kid, and I know I can't because I was dating someone that had kids. So it's obvious that he couldn't have kids. And I told him, you know what? Out of everything, the only thing I have left is I want a kid. My ex couldn't have one, and so on. So at that point, I said, after seeing these little things and how foreigners in the Philippines and everything, I said, why not try it? So I got my reimbursement. I did open Tinder. And I got 3 people from Palawan. That's the island, Palawan, where Nido and Puerto Princesa is at. Remember, I left Cebu to go to El Nido. And Palawan is the island. And I got 3 females and everything. But I said, you know what? I got like 4 days, 5 days here. I'm not going to try. But I did see that there was people, trying to have conversation and so on. I got the van 3 days, 4 days later. I grabbed the van and I went to Puerto Princesa because that's where the plane to take me to Cebu again. I went to Puerto Princesa. I went to the mall because I like to eat at the mall, at malls because the variety of food. And I went to one of these places where they sell anime. And I started talking to the female in there, and I told her about the foreigners and the Filipinos, and she said, "Oh, yeah, my mom told me I should do that because she had a kid, and I don't know the financials or the stability or whatever might be that her mom said, you know what, you should try it." And she said, "I didn't want to try it and all that. I didn't want to do that." That's what she basically said. So basically, her mom gave her the option, and she said no. So she was working at the mall, at the anime, figurines and everything, decorations, whatever you want to call them. I got the plane back to Cebu, and that's where I started doing the app thing. And at that point, I met somebody, and I said, "All right," but I had to leave the country. So I left the country, and it was already set in stone to meet. So when Let me see, because I wrote it all down, point by point. So when I came back and we met and everything, that's when it all started. And at that point, I was a little bit nervous because I don't know how many people were, how many foreigners and so on. Even though I saw quite a few in El Nido, I did not see a lot of them in Cebu. But it's like when you buy a car. You buy a car, you say, I'm going to buy this gray one because I don't see them. I haven't seen none of them out there. And as soon as you buy it and you go on the freeway, the highway, whatever, that's all you see. And that's what happened with me. I'm dating someone from the Philippines, and now I see a lot of foreigners when I walk around with Filipinas. Now, I'm not gonna give the full details on the recommendations or everything because I'm trying to make other videos for that so I don't get people bored. But that's the way it all started with me. And one thing that I want to say for people that are trying to go to the Philippines or Colombia or another country and meet, set your criteria of what you're looking for. It's not that you're trying to be picky and everything, but you're setting criteria and that other person is setting criteria, and eventually you're going to meet someone that has the same criteria as you. Maybe you're looking for someone for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, or someone long term, and you don't mind kids being a stepdad, or you do mind, or the age, or what age you're looking specifically, and so on. That you have to look for all those things. I know that for some people, the first person that talks to you, you're going to try to say that person. But trust me, you set a criteria and look for that specific people. It might not work out, it might work out. For me, it's been working out right now, but we only been for like 4 months, 4 or 5 months. But divorce rate is high everywhere. Let's face the fact. So wherever you go, what I'm basically saying is there's going to be breakups wherever you go. So just hope for the best. And that's all I got. I'm going to try to make other videos on my recommendations, what to look for me, what I looked for, and so on. Like I said, what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for super young, even though there's a lot of young people on the apps. Why? Because in my opinion is they're already going to be X amount of age, or they're trying to go to college, or they're trying to have stability or whatever. And like I said, it all depends what people are looking for. For example, I follow people in TikTok and I notice that some of them have a big age gap. Some of them don't. Well, they do. They do have a big age gap, but it's still like she's like on her 30s, basically. So a lot of people are not going to see it as, oh, this is a big age gap and she's very young and so on. And that's all I got. And that's the way it all started with me. And after this, I am going back to the Philippines because that's where we're staying now. But we just wanted to take a rest break and go to another country. Plus, I need to reset my visa because I haven't done the 3-year thing yet. I'm going to start doing it after we arrive. I'll explain all that in another video. Because in the Philippines, it's monthly. Your visa gets reset. You have to reset your visa every month unless you do a 3-year or you do other types of visas. And that's about it. Hopefully you like my videos. Any questions are right below. I'll try to answer them. I'm going to try to do very video by video on places, passport bro, and so on. Thank you for watching.